Hi, I'm John Fitzgerald and welcome to this week's edition of Team WealthBuilders. I want to talk to you about a financial miracle. A financial miracle. The financial miracle is compound growth. You know, it's really quite amazing. I look back over the last 15 years since I wrote 7 Steps to Wealth, and I said in 7 Steps to Wealth that compound growth is the key. And at my seminars, I've always told the story about successful wealth builders, the billionaires, how they've built their business on the whole model of compound growth. But we just don't seem to get it as Australians, because when we think of real estate, we think of making money out of real estate. So where are the hot suburbs? Where's the cafe societies? Where's the next boom going to be? It's got nothing to do with compound growth. When I ask people, you know, and I talk to people about property all the time, are you investing in property? Oh yeah, I'm investing in property. Why did you buy that property? It's amazing. Nearly 25% buy it in their own postcode. I bought it because it's around the corner from where I lived. And then a lot of people tell you a story about, oh, I bought that property because I like that area. Me and my wife see ourselves maybe retiring there or living in there. And it's so amazing, you know, when you watch them when they go and inspect the property, they go inside the property and start opening cupboards and opening drawers. That's got nothing to do with compound growth. Compound growth is just 3 things. And these are important. Make a note of this in your mind, because this is all I ever investigate. Number 1, have I got reliable income, and will that income grow? Because I need to become cash flow positive. And that's why I want new property. That's why I want depreciation as opposed to older property that will become cash flow negative and get even worse. Because remember, older property or properties that depreciate, the buildings are a depreciating asset. So number 1, I must have income and income growth. Number 2, I must be in a proven growth area with 40% land content. And when I say proven, I want the empirical data, the last 10, 20 years, what has been the median house price growth in that particular suburb. I'm happy with 7, 8, 9, even 10%. And the variance won't be great, but I make sure that I'm happy with the growth of that particular suburb, but I've got 40% land content because I know land will outgrow the house by nearly 50%. That is the land, and let me tell you that the truth on it, the last 10 years, land has tripled in value while houses have doubled in value. We've got to understand that land is a component that grows. And the third key to compound growth is I must have the leveraging ability. And this is what investors just don't get. The leveraging ability is I want a security that the bank will lend me 80, 90, even 95% on. Now, I stick with housing. I stick with housing at the bottom end of the market. Why do I do that? Because of the bank's security ratios there, their loan value ratios. And let's think about it. Banks will lend 90, 95% on a house because 9 out of 10 houses in Australia are owned by owner-occupiers. Now, that's as opposed to high-rise units where 9 out of 10 are owned as investors, so the banks don't see that as such good quality investment. So they might only lend you 60% on a tough valuation. Similarly, banks want to ensure that they're at the low end of the price range. So at the low end of the price range, they'll lend you 90, 95% because their defaults on housing under $500,000 are a fraction of 1%. Get above $500,000, above $1 million, above $2 million, their defaults go up higher and higher, and it's harder product for them to move. So we've got to think the way the banks think. And this is how we get compound growth and the miracle of compound growth. And please, if you don't understand the miracle of compound growth, you really need to spend time with us at Custodian, because it is the real secret. Someone comes along to me and says, John, I need to retire in 20 years' time with $2 million. I've got assets today. I can start with $100,000 and I can only afford $150 a week. How am I going to do it? You need a financial miracle, and that financial miracle is compound growth. Real estate's just the tool. So let's really focus on that. And you know, when I tell the story of building wealth from Ray Kroc at McDonald's to Jerry Harvey to Frank Lowe to any of them, It's just about compound growth, but understand those three things: income, growth, and of course duplication. Thanks for listening to me.